Welcome back. It's Germany 11. Let's take a look at what Rod did. So for the USA, he bought a carrier, fighter, and 7 land units. It's nice he's investing in more naval defense. Every carrier is a lot fewer land units coming in, so that's a small blessing. He hit Alaska, killed 3, lost 1. He even hit with both fighters, so no luck there. Hit West Russia, killed 1, lost 1. Russia bought 7 land units. Took West Russia for free, took Evenki for free, took Caucasus, killed 1, lost 1, and lost 3 in Persia, so that was good hitbacks for us against Russia. So this turn I'm just going to keep on buying lots of infantry to try to stall. I'm going to I think I'm going to go in like this. I do want to take France, but at the same time, I have to keep defending Northwestern to keep these transports out of the way. Yeah, I think I have to keep allowing him to trade this. Oh, I don't think I want that many units. This should be sufficient, right? It's a 91% capture. And I'm sending... You know what? I probably should send the bomber towards Caucasus because it's worth more. My first thought is, oh, I don't want to risk my my artillery here when it might survive in Caucasus, but it's gonna die either way. Russia can just avalanche onto Caucasus with supreme odds, so it doesn't matter too much which way I go. Yeah, those bad rounds we had is Japan. Oh, really? Japan are really slowing our momentum. We're missing a lot of Japanese income and planes, and Russia's just way too big. I think we're starting to fall pretty far behind. Kind of an uneventful round there. I guess I'll put a unit here just to force him to use his planes. I don't know, is that the right choice to put a unit there? I think it is. He isn't super rich on planes at the moment. This should keep everything IPC negative, but you can see by the attack power, we're starting to fall really far behind in attack power, and that dream of taking Africa income is not really coming true. We're kind of getting plugged up here at the gates. I mean, Japan has some units coming, but we're definitely on the struggle bus here. Alrighty, Yeah, I think that's it for now. Maybe, should I keep these tanks back? I think I'll keep the tanks back. I can defend Berlin a little bit safer, and it gives me a bit more teeth to counterattack Belorussia. This is probably the last turn we're going to get the Caucasus income. Yeah, even with Caucasus, we're still at 37. We're getting choked out pretty bad as Germany. Unfortunate. But, yeah, Japan needs to do some heavy lifting here to get back into this game. Alright, well, that's it for now, and I'll catch you guys next time for Japan 11. Welcome back. It's Japan 11. Let's take a look at what Rod did. He bought 6 infantry and a fighter. He hit France, killed 2, lost none. Killed 2, lost 2 in West Russia. And lost none in Ukraine. Alright, nothing too special there. I'm still a little annoyed that I'm in northwestern Europe instead of France, but I think that's probably where I'm going to have my units parked, and we are down 20 attack power. Good news is we finally are starting to get enough units to muscle Russia. The bad news is, well, we're just weak. Our income's terrible. Germany's not happy. And Japan has burned a lot of their air. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to buy 11 infantry and artillery. I'm buying an artillery here to see if I can push them out of Persia a little bit faster. I'm contemplating on if I want to buy a second artillery, but I just don't like artillery. I'd rather have planes. Okay, so we're going to give up on Alaska. Our AA and units there just rolled over and died pathetically. They did not perform to satisfaction. Gonna stack Evenki. We have enough to stack Sinkiang and Evenki. We are a little bit, how do you say? I technically have a 7 IPC profit attack here, depending on how he has his defense profile, but it's only a 19% to clear, and I don't think I want to sacrifice all of my planes for that. This fighter has to defend India to keep it IPC negative. I'm probably just going to keep these guys here. If I don't throw everything at India, he does have odds to capture it profitably with Russia, which we don't want. But I also want to keep these units here to try to dead zone, or at least threaten a capture in some of these territories and prevent him from just moving these guys forward and not having to defend the Caribbean, or not the Caribbean, the African coast. I may even move the guys up here. It's also an option. Not certain yet. Yeah, I think that's all we got for the attack. You can never have too much overkill. We brought 10 units and only 1 hit. That was the precise amount of units I need to safely take that. Okay, let's send these boys back. I think it's okay to put them here. There's a chance I might want them to skim down into Burma. This is flying to India because I need to keep it safe. Is there a way he could possibly hit this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6? No, there's no tank, so I don't need to defend that. I'm going to put more units in northwestern Europe just to continue discouraging him from reinforcing Africa. I guess I can move these guys. Not certain where I want them, actually. Ooh, almost forgot to move that aircraft carrier. That would not be a pleasant surprise. That's for sure. Guess there's no reason for it to be in 62. It probably doesn't matter, but just watching the US bomber can't reach. Yeah, this 1, 2. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there any way he can capture? There's no tanks, so he can't blitz over here with the US or the UK. So that's good. Finally have enough units here to start taking these Russian territories, getting more money, making them poor. This should have been like 6 turns ago. I was able to do this, but it's just not how the game has gone. I think I will push these guys forward. It gives me access to 33. I have too many transports at this point. I only have 2 islands to scrape, so I just don't get much utility out of them anymore. This aircraft carrier, I'd like to bring it down here if possible. The sub can reach that, though. Maybe I'll toss the submarine here as well. Let's see, this guy's a 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm starting to get a little scared that it's not safe here. Yeah, why don't I just bring everything down here? This guy gets to move forward and be annoying, but on the bright side, I don't have to worry about defending C-Zone 61. Ugh, these subs. You know, some people just sacrifice the US and UK subs in the early game, and it's such a mistake. Even if they don't do a single attack the whole game, just the fact that they force Japan to concentrate their navy and not spread out is a huge, huge detriment to Axis mobility. Do I want to add an extra infantry here? Probably not. He can most likely safely stack there. He's probably going to move his Russian units here. Do a little mini stack. Yeah, we're in such a bad spot. Hopefully we can stall the game out in a positive way, but the US is stacking Belorussia and just denying us all of this income. Germany's just going to get progressively more impoverished. Really wish this was in France instead of Northwestern Europe, but that's not the world we live in. Maybe in 3 or so turns I'll have enough bombers to keep them out of C-Zone 8. Contemplating if it's worth keeping this transport here or just moving it to grab island infantry early, but I don't think it's worth it because I have 4 transports. One of them next turn is going to move here to pick them up, and it's probably not going to be a material difference. All right, let's go with this. Hate mine artillery. But I think it is important to push them out of Persia as soon as I can. Pretty uneventful turn. It's not good when we're behind even after our turn, but hopefully I'll be able to trade these territories next turn. And hopefully, asterisk, I'll also be able to force some more US and UK units to travel this way to give Germany a little bit of breathing space. We don't mind UK trading with Japan too much, but when the US trades with Japan, that means Russia gets cheap income, which is not what we want. We really need to start taking Africa ASAP. Yeah, I think... I don't think we're favored to win here at all. Probably like 70% to lose from here, but we'll keep going. All right, that's it for now. Catch you next time for Germany 12. Welcome back. It's Germany 12. Let's take a look at what Rod did. Bought 2 transports, 9 land units. He's fully rebuilt his shuck here. Hit Baltic, killed 1, lost 1. Russia bought 7 infantry. Oh, they're way too rich. Took Baltic, took Caucasus, no losses. Kazakh lost 1, so pretty dull turn. I'm just gonna keep buying land units and trying to stall for Japan as best I can. Sometimes I like to just look at bombers to see if there's any freebie somewhere I can hit. I think this is the right number. I don't want him to stack this again. And I also want to make sure I'm safe here. I can't safely stack below Russia anymore with how many planes and units the US has. This should still be safe, though. The 11 units here. All right, let's go with this. Nice. It's good. Unfortunately, Japan's just been too slow. Too slow to grab up Russian territory in Africa. But we'll still keep trying. We'll see. Sometimes Rod makes mistakes. I mean, all around, pretty good turn. The question is, will it make much of a difference? That's the real question. I don't need this many units here, right? I'm still AA after infantry, right? Yes. Anti-aircraft protection. He shouldn't be able to hit this, right? He's got, 1, 2, 3, 4. Planes can go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll run that by just real quick, just to double triple check that there's nothing that I don't need more. I don't think that would be a good attack for him, just eyeballing it, but sometimes you never know. Yeah, that's a bad attack for him here. He'd have to do some weird, like, multinational attack. I should probably calculate what a multinational attack would look like, just for an abundance of caution. Multinational attack actually is only -0 with the territory value. It's actually a slightly IPC positive. So I'll just move 1 extra infantry here just to make sure that remains a bad idea. We should be safe in Berlin here, right? Yeah, he only has 2 transports, and next turn I won't be able to defend this Berlin so cheaply. In fact, I may even need to just get rid of these bombers. I will... I'll put a little exclamation point here just to see if I need to bail out with my Japanese bombers or not. And we can take a look at the scoreboard, and we're still quite behind. Hopefully I can start trading Russia a bit more aggressively, slowly build that plane count up. The more naval defense we get him to buy, the better. And if we get enough planes to where we don't have to defend France anymore and can start landing in Africa, that would be fantastic, and that's what we need to do to win. Unfortunately, we're just don't have enough momentum as Japan. I mean, look, it's round 12, and this is next turn's going to be the first time in a long time I'm able to trade these Russian periphery territories. That's just not what you need to do in a winning game, but we'll see. All right, that's it for now. See you next time for Japan 12. Welcome back. It's Japan 12. Let's take a look at what Rod did. Bought a fighter, bomber, 6 infantry. Killed 3 in France, no losses. That's a real crying shame. I'm tired of committing so much here. Baltic, no losses. And lost 2 in Bello, so pretty good round for him. This was a tough round because I really don't want to stick in Northwestern Europe. I'd rather have my planes in France. But the problem is, once I leave Northwestern Europe, I don't think I can ever stack these territories again, because once the US is in C-Zone 10 and 3, it's just going to be too challenging. There's going to be too many units there for me to stack it safely. So, yeah. I think I have to keep it. So I'm just going to buy a bomber and 12 infantry. It's not going to be an exciting turn. I can tell you guys that much already. Let's pick up here and go after this little guy. I need to start trading Africa. This is slightly more profitable to hit Transjordan. Not by a large amount, but it is a measurable amount. How many units do I want to send here? I don't really want to trade Archangel too aggressively, but because, you know, the US can hit it and then Russia can take it, and it's not worth spending 2 units a turn on it. I do want that next bomber to be an Evenki, so I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can put more pressure on these 2 sea zones, hopefully force him to stop trading France. Asterisk, hopes and prayers. Can one of these reach here? They cannot. And I don't want to send a bomber down here because it's very important that I have the bomber pressure these 2 sea zones. Nothing available here to hit Alaska, opportunity-wise. He can hit here with 4 US units, 2 fighters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 bombers. We should be safe with these guys in the aircraft carrier. Okay. Let's go with this. And I'm purposely not buying artillery so I can buy 2 planes next turn. At least I hope I can buy 2 planes next turn. Nice, no hit back. That is important. It would be nice if I could get a hit here. How many rolls is this? 4 rounds? Well, we got it. Nice. It'd be really nice if we could capture Archangel. Alright, finally getting some decent income as Japan, finally above 50. Okay, let's keep the unit train coming. Put this guy here. I think I have to land that fighter there, or sorry, not the fighter, the aircraft carrier and fighter. Let's put these guys here to try to zone that nasty sub away. Maybe I don't want to send too many units away. Let me just finish up with these odd moves, and then we can work on the fine-tuning. I do my best to plan my moves out every turn so you guys don't have to sit and watch, but sometimes it's just hard to accomplish that when the moves are complex. Okay, he can hit this with Russia. I don't think that should be a positive trade for him on Russia, right? If he puts everything there to hit 11 infantry, it's a 0.8 IPC positive fight for him. Let me say, he'll retreat the fighter. Yeah, 1.9 IPC positive. I don't think he's going to go for that. He might try to strafe here, but that's just not something I can worry about right now. Okay, what can he hit here? Does he have any tanks? He has 3, 4, 5. 5 US planes. There's no way he hits that. I'm going to add an extra infantry just to be safe here. Now, I like this tank here to keep putting more pressure on Russia. Oh, I almost forgot. I want one bomber here to keep him out of Africa and Sea Zone 10. He might just send his something here to keep it defended, but it's very important that I keep him out of Africa, because if I can get a foothold in Africa and prevent him from sending units here, then we have a chance in this game. We'll start getting ridiculous amounts of income, and yeah, they'll be broke. And once you have enough income, I can just ferry fighters over to keep Germany on life support while my economic engine eventually, hopefully, wins me the game. We're just so slow. Just never... I don't think we held Karelia even once as Germany. I think I'm not going to move these guys forward yet. I could possibly move 3, but I think I'm just going to keep them back. I don't want to allow him to keep stacking this. So I'll just trade 2 or 3 units a turn here until I can chase him out of Karelia. Not Karelia, Kazakh. Okay. So these guys here... No, I want you here. He can't... Can you hit this with a bomber? He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, this is safe. This should block out the sub. The sub can't blitz into 61. This guy will collect this infantry next turn, and it will also put some pressure on Western US, saying, you know, hey, you have to build something here or move something down here, or I'll take your victory city. And 10 IPCs to boot. Is this safe against Japan? Now that I think about it. Or not Japan, UK, because he can send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are his odds? I'll calculate that here. Best to be on the safe side. Yeah, his odds are pretty bad. But I don't know. Would he go for that? I don't know how valuable wiping this fleet is for him compared to the planes. I mean, it does have quite a bit of value, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's below 50% to wipe. It's kind of hard to tell the odds. It says it says 46% for him to survive. Because the calculator doesn't like calculating subs, because it never assumes people will let the subs die last. Oops. Okay, I think this is as good as we're going to get here. $53, and since I saved money, I should be able to buy 2 fighters next turn, which is something. 1 attack power ahead, but the US-Russia double turn's coming up. Oh god, 24 IPC Russia, that's so gross. Hopefully that's the last time that's going to happen, because we're finally got some decent stacks here that can really put some pressure on Russia. He's going to have a lot more difficulty stacking more than 2 areas now without the US coming to help out. Alright, well, that's it for now, and I'll catch you guys next time for Germany 13. Welcome back, it's Germany 13. Let's take a look at what Rod did. Bought 10 land units and a fighter. He took Transjordan, killed one, lost one. What did he do? He sent 4 units? It's pretty average. Vologda, no losses. Archangel, no losses. And Belorussia, no losses. So pretty nice turn for him overall. He killed 5 units and lost 1. Russia, 8 infantry. By goodness, Russia's too rich. Hit Novo, we skunked him. And Persia killed 2, lost none. Okay. So, nothing too spectacular that round, but goodness, it's annoying how I can't make any pressure as Japan because they're so weak. And he put this transport here, but I guarantee he's probably going to send an aircraft carrier or maybe a cruiser or 2 down there, so that's a little unfortunate for us, but what can you do? So I'm just going to buy 11 infantry, and I am going to just trade around the board. Oops, that's not where I wanted to send those. How many units did I want to send here? How many? I calculated everything out, but I need... Goodness gracious, I need a lot of units here at the end. That's a lot. That is a lot of units. I think that's too many units. Because I need 14 infantry here. Goodness gracious me, I don't think I can hit it that hard. I think this is the best I can do. Yeah, I'm starting to get really weak as Germany. I can't stack everything anymore. Not safely, at least. It's unfortunate. Okay, we got Caucasus. I'd actually want to buy more planes rather than infantry because I'm trading so much. It's hard. Those were not great rolls. one hit a turn. Those were not good rolls. Okay. I need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. Yeah, I can maybe even add an extra one. Do I even want to try to defend here? It's a legitimate question because he's starting to get enough planes now where he can trade everywhere pretty efficiently. So, and since he has 3 rounds to take something, he just attacks it with 1. If that fails, he goes to the next faction. So it might be smart. No, I'll still leave a unit there because he has a lot of targets. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. I'll still make him work for it a little bit. But we really aren't making, we're shrinking as Germany, and Japan is not making the progress I would like, unfortunately. I really need to get into Africa, but I'm just too weak. I need to be trading all of these areas more efficiently, too. Yeah, I'm just losing control of the game. When you're behind, you get more behind. Maybe I should have put some artillery here. I probably should have. Well, just doing the best I can. It's, yeah, down 11 after our turn. A little bit more behind. And Rod's playing very well too. He's been playing very sharply. He's not giving me any easy opportunities. Yeah, well, at least I'm starting to get a big stack over here. Hopefully I can get a cause stack at some point, but this in Persia is quite annoying. Alright, well, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Japan 13. Welcome back, it's Japan 13. Let's take a look what Rod did. 6 infantry, fighter, and a destroyer. It's nice we got him to buy more naval defense. Looks like he hit France, killed 3, lost 1. Killed 2, lost 2 in Novo, so that's pretty nice. No losses in Bello, and lost 1 in Ukraine, so pretty nice hitbacks for us overall, but not super impactful. So this turn I'm just going to buy 11 infantry and 2 planes. I think cutting 1 infantry is worth popping out another plane. He didn't leave me any really good attacks this turn, unfortunately. I have a few... If he lost even 1 more infantry here in Persia, I would have a really profitable attack. Unfortunately, the Persia attack, he lost none. So I'm not going to hit it as much as I'd like. And since he has all of his planes here, he's kind of dead zoning me. So I'm going to have to pull my navy back. No real attacks here unless I want to YOLO Western US. I'm feeling behind, but I'm not feeling that behind. And unfortunately, I can't really stack any of these territories just yet. Where's my destroyer? I guess my destroyer's off in La La Land, huh? He's doing a great job with this sub placement. Rod's one of the definitely the very best of the best, and he's playing very annoying. Very annoying. I'll say that. Don't want to attack here with more than one unit, but I'm using 3 bombers to make sure I clear it. Novo. Nice. Glad I brought 3. That's exactly how many I needed for 1 hit. I mean, can't complain about a perfect turn. Not a very impactful, air quotes, perfect turn, but a perfect turn nonetheless. Maybe I'll even send 2 units here. I think I'll send the sub over here to discourage him from attacking. Okay, let's see. Send this little guy here. I'll send... Well... Hold on a minute. Maybe I'll just have this guy collect a full load and unload next turn. I think I'll keep... Let me see, where is the battleship? I'll keep the battleship here for flexibility. Nothing's in range. Yeah, with the cruiser, destroyer there. Nothing's in range to hit C-Zone 61 or 62 this turn. So it might be worth... I'm trying to decide if it's worth keeping this aircraft carrier here. Because the plus side is 1, I can harass Alaska or pressure it, and 2, I can send the fighter over to 34 if need be. I'm going to take this fighter and actually put it in Berlin here, because that's going to increase the pressure on C-Zone 8. Actually, can these all go here? I think that's a decent move. I don't want to allow him to stack up all of his units here in C-Zone 10. If possible. And by putting a fighter here, it makes him have to at least buy more naval defense. I'm hating having to stack Northwestern instead of France, but I think this is a good spot. I can swoop in that fighter over here if need be. In fact, it might even be better to put it over here in Italy, because I can still pressure C-Zone 8, and I could also attack these 2 territories with the fighter if need be. How many units do I have here? I have 1 bomber. Yeah, he has no tanks. So we are starting to get a respectable stack here in Sinkayang. Might be able to stack Novo at some point. What are his odds as Russia if I put everything there? I'll have 14 units and a tank. His odds are very IPC positive. Okay, we don't want to do that. Here can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I'm trying to do here is our IPC count is not so great. I mean, at my peak, I'm 37. I'm not going to get 37. It's probably going to be 33 max from here on out. And so I'll just count that as 80, 87 IPCs a turn, and he's getting, oh, so much more than that. 70. Yeah, he's getting like 13 or so IPCs more a turn than me. Maybe he won't be able to keep trading everything in Russia, but I think he will. He can just keep feeding more US units in here and trade very efficiently. So what do I need to do to win? One, I need to break through in Africa. That's going to be hard, especially if he stacks Caucasus with the US next turn. That makes moving out here harder. So I can gain value by forcing him to keep buying naval defense, like that destroyer here. Keep stacking planes in Northwestern Europe, etc. That's a way I can keep building value and hopefully come out on top at some point. It's not anytime soon, but that's all I got, guys. My position's bad. It's been bad since the second round. Grasping at straws a little bit here. Nice thing about moving the sub here is I can go back to 34 if need be. And we can pick up these guys from Burma, or not. Up to us, our choice. So yeah, just being annoying with planes, that's the general. That's all I got. Really wish I had France stacked, but I don't. I'm a little worried about putting that fighter there. UK could just trade it if they wanted with some fighters and their bombers. Maybe it's not worth having an extra hit on these two territories. And this helps me not have to leave as many units in Berlin to defend. So that has some additional benefits. What's my defense profile set at? I don't need carrier protection anymore. Let's go back to default, exit, reload. Okay, I think that's okay. Feels weird to have no artillery here, but I think it's the right move. Do I want this tank here? I don't think it matters too much. No, it might be nice having the tank here in case he doesn't stack Kaz. I can blitz something into Persia. And this should be safe from Russia's attack. All right, well. When you're in the doghouse, you have to bark for scraps, and we're barking for scraps here. Yeah, we're down 4 before their double turn. That's not good, but at least we're finally able to trade all of these territories every turn. That is an improvement. We got 16 units stacked here. Maybe in another 2 turns I can stack Novosibirsk, or possibly Kazakh would be even better. Because if we can get into Caucasus, or even just trading Caucasus every turn, everything just gets better. So I think we're still losing pretty hard. Actually, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No way he can get here. He has no tanks. But we have some opportunities. I think we still have maybe a 30% chance to win this. So, well, keep grinding away and see if the miracle of Japanese air can bail out the Germans. All right, that's it for now. Catch you next time for Germany 14. Welcome back. It's Germany 14. Let's take a look at what Rod did. He bought an aircraft carrier fighter, 7 infantry. That's a small victory. Every aircraft carrier we get him to purchase is essentially 14 IPCs that does nothing. I mean, it does something. It keeps his navy afloat, but I'd rather him have that than, you know, a fighter and an artillery added. So he took Ukraine for free. He hit Baltic states, no losses. Archangel lost 1. Vologda lost 1. Decent hitbacks for us there. Russia bought 6. Caucasus, no losses. No losses, Kazakh. Lost 2, Novo. So, nothing too outlandish there. It's nice that this tank can potentially blitz into here, which kind of forces him to defend Novo with forces him to send the UK there, or add more to Russia, or, you know, risk me YOLOing it. We look at the score. It is not looking pretty. So I basically have 2 options here. I can tippy-tap Ukraine, or I can try to stack Baltic states. If I go the Baltic states route, the disadvantage with that is he could potentially have odds against me here with the US. If he takes everything, it's like an IPC even attack, which is not terribly attractive to me, because I don't want to give him an IPC even attack, because Germany is just running on fumes. I want to stall and trade as little as possible. So here, I'm just going to buy 9 infantry and a fighter. I'm buying a fighter because I want to trade better. I'm having to hemorrhage a lot of units every turn, and it's getting expensive. I should probably send a unit here. Kind of hate this. For the life of me, I still can't remember the names of Baltic states, Belorussia very well. These names, same with Bulgaria, Romania. I'm like, what are those called again? Yeah, I played this game enough, you'd think I'd have everything memorized, but I certainly do not. 15 should be enough to keep me safe in Northwestern Europe. We have anti-aircraft protection. And I should be safe here. Have something to stack. Got it. Sometimes I'm a little tempted to put an AA gun there. Any territory we can stack and not have to retrade is nice. So it's nice we got something going in Ukraine there. Come on. Alright, got that. Well, I'm glad I sent 3. And this is where having more planes helps. Well, I mean, it was a respectable round. I'm a little tempted to see if I can stack France here. Like, or at least make it a poor idea for him to hit it. That's an interesting idea, because I'd really like to transition my guys from Northwestern Europe to France, because this is 6 IPCs versus 2. It's just worth so much. And the US only has 2 transports here because they went to Africa. So I'm going to pause the game here for a minute. I'm going to run different numbers on what I can get away with in France here. So give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. I determined that 12 units and 12 infantry and an AA make everything very resilient against any of these attacks would be IPC negative for him. And I also am bringing this artillery back because otherwise he could stack Baltic states IPC positive. So I'm going to hopefully transition into a France stack. I'll move these planes depending on what he does. I don't really want to stick the fighters in Northwestern Europe because I'm going to need them to hopefully defend over here against the UK Navy. So we'll see about that. I may need to buy a destroyer as well, but we'll see if I can avoid doing that for Japan. But I think this is about as good as I can manage. Numbers are a little bit tight, but it should be, in best case, -7 IPCs if he goes for this. And I doubt he'll come down with the US to go after these, but it is IPC negative even if he does that, and it would ruin his logistics. So let's cross our fingers here. All right, 3 IPCs. That's probably about the most we're going to get for the rest of the game. Oh, yeah, we're down 14 IPCs. We're getting down more and more every turn because of this huge income gap here. We're making 81. He's making, what's that, 45 plus 97. Yeah, he's making a lot more IPCs. It's only forcing him to buy Navy that's keeping us even close to the attack power equilibrium. Hopefully, we really have to break into Africa. That's our win condition, because I'm never going to make any progress here with all the Allied forces flooding in. I have to break into Africa, and this obnoxious stack is making that difficult. But we'll keep cracking at it, see if we get a lucky break somewhere. And that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Japan 14. Welcome back. It's Japan 14. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Down 23. And what Rod did. 4 infantry, fighter, and a bomber. He's smart to just keep buying more air. Walked into Novo and killed 2 in Bello, no losses. And he's doing a good job of plastering his planes down south here to where I can't engage here safely. And yeah, I just don't think I can. He's just piling more planes. I can maybe nibble around at the southern parts of Africa, but that's probably about all I can get done. So I'm just going to buy 13 land units and a bomber. Really wish I could afford to buy 2 planes a turn, but I can't. So since I have extra transports, might as well maximize that throughput and Yeah. Do the best we can. Okay, so he is defending Alaska reasonably well. I don't think it's worthwhile for me to dip in to Alaska right now, especially since I need all my planes over here. I don't really have odds. I have IPC positive attack here, but not good odds. So that's going to be skipped. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I guess you have to go to Archangel, don't you? Okay, that might be too many going to Archangel. This is probably enough. It's hard to balance, isn't it? Where can you go? I kind of hate this stalemate-y sort of situation, but I'm just trying to get more and more fighters and bombers parked in advantageous areas. I do want at least 2 bombers in France, if possible. It'd be nice if I don't have to defend these territories any longer. Russia's just been too big for too long. Look at their 54. It's kind of crazy. Okay, that's the best I can come up with. I might want to send an extra guy here. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to stack here with my units because of how big this chunk is here. So I think I want to go for the goal of getting him to bleed as many units here. Because once I stack Kazakh, if I stack Kazakh, that should be able to chase him out. Maybe I don't want to send 3. The US can trade somewhat efficiently. Well, we'll see. Do I want to keep this fighter in Berlin? I think I do. It's unfortunate. I was hoping I could keep the IPCs. Got it. Alright, well. Not the best rolls, but I suppose it could be worse as well. Suppose it could be worse. I'm going to keep the tank here to allow me to potentially blitz Archangel if he decides not to stack it. I'm going to load up these guys and... Where do I want them? Can you reach here? You can get with 2 bombers. 5. No, I'll move my guys here. move this sub up here to make it a little harder for him to stack and land more units in Africa. Let's see what I want to do. I think I have to just unload everything in one spot. And I believe, well, yeah, the sub's annoying. I guess if I place my guys here, he can't do that. I'll place the fighter down here to give me more options to be able to defend C-Zone 34 if he moves his planes away. I don't like the idea of having too many units going down here, because if this stack gets bigger than like it is for he may just decide to do a strafe or something along those lines. Okay. Sometimes the spaghetti gets a little confusing for me. What transports have I and haven't I used? Do I even need the battleship here anymore? I guess it's still a little tempting to be able to go after Alaska. This is enough to where 2 bombers won't cut it, so I'll have to dedicate some fighters, and I could potentially threaten South Africa. It doesn't do too much, but it's something. At least I'm getting some use out of these units. I hopefully can eventually grind him down, but he keeps trading here with Russia, which is very intelligent and also very annoying. I want him to burn through these limited units so I can take the income, but we've just been so far behind since the beginning that Japan just doesn't have much traction. Germany doesn't have much traction either. What's my German defense profile? Anti-aircraft protection. Okay. I think I'm going to change that to anti-aircraft dies first, just for this turn, because the US can't do a bombard, so I don't think he's going to hit these territories, but if he does, his odds will be worse than expected. Okay, got the fighter here. That will help make it so I don't have to keep as many units in Berlin. Or do I want to keep the fighter? Maybe I should keep the fighter over here. I think it might be more important to just get more pressure on this ugly stack here, because this is causing me endless headaches. Russia just being able to stack like this. How many units do I have? 5 in a tank. That should be sufficient. Maybe I'll send this tank out. This tank isn't getting anything done here. Might as well have it positioned here to pressure Kazakh. This is a bad position for us. We need to be able to stack Kazakh as the axis to have a chance. Start trading Caucasus, send more units into Africa so Russia can't just keep trading. Because once the US gets their units here or here, things just get harder. And we start having to think about taking desperation battles, like hitting the Navy with like 30% to clear, etc. He can't clear this, right? I should probably run the numbers on that, just in case. I don't... Yes, 20 infantry 5 artillery, 1 fighter. I'm going to have 18 infantry. Can he clear that? Yes, he most certainly can clear that. Okay. I guess that tank will stay here. Huh. This is still IPC positive for him, but I think I have to give him those odds. Actually, this fighter can land here. That should make it a little bit better, right? Still a little IPC positive for him, but I have to give it to him. I can't withhold this much. Even stacking Novosibirsk would be a win, because then he can't stack here, or he might just lose Russia. Can't hit here, there's no tanks, okay. Well, trying our best here, but we are getting farther and farther behind with each turn. I have to make something happen on the Japanese side. If I can break into Africa, stack one of these 2 territories, we have a shot. But if that doesn't happen, we're in a lot of trouble. I'm an idiot. I just gave him these 2 transports for free. And I didn't unload this one. Well, it happens. It happens, but it's not something I can really afford. Alright. That's it for now, and I'll catch you guys next time for Germany 15. Welcome back. It's Germany 15. Let's take a look at what Rod did. He bought a destroyer, fighter, and 9 infantry. Looks like he's most likely planning to drop some more infantry in Africa based on that destroyer build, but it's not certain. He hit Baltic, killed it, but lost a fighter and an infantry, so that's nice. Hopefully that helps some of this bungle I did, but yeah, he hit Vologda, and we killed 2 guys, lost none, so that's nice. Persia, he lost 1, so superb hitbacks for us there. Russia bought 6 land units, hit Baltic, Vologda, no losses. Novosibirsk, no losses. Well, that's not great. So, yeah, things are getting tight for us with this stack. We're actually... I think we're probably going to lose this game. Even without this blunder here, I think I need to make some major YOLO move happen. And I need to make it happen very fast, because I'm just... the income gap is too large. Now, I'm getting 80 or so a turn. He's getting close to 100. I guess it's 93. Too much of an income gap, and I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to push out of Persia. It's just hard to say. Anyway, I'm just going to buy 11 infantry. I think I have to use an artillery here, because the fighters can't really reach here safely. Yeah, I'm a little tempted to just take a YOLO on his navy. I think I might do that very soon. I'm just not sending in enough units from Japan every turn to compensate for what he's getting done. I could potentially hit this, but even if I hit this and get really lucky and clear, it's not really going to change the game. It's a 50% clear, but it's not super impactful even if I do clear it. I'm just basically giving up my stack. Yeah, there's no way to hold this. Alright, well, that was extremely average. Only I could get some traction. If I could get rid of this Kazakh stack, we're in business, but we're not in business right now. I'm gonna have to buy another transport next turn. It's Japan and this plane stack here. It's kind of hilarious. It's turn 15 and I still can't dislodge a Kazakh stack. What are his odds even on this? I think oh, it's actually pretty close. Well, whatever. I think we lost this game once he got that super lucky Corellia YOLO. That move really snowballed the game out of control. I think other than this error here, I think I played a pretty clean game. Frustrating. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll see you next time for Japan 15. Welcome back. It's Japan 15. Rod bought 2 infantry, bomber, and a fighter. Looks like he's transitioning into bomb the hell out of Berlin phase, which is smart. He bombed us for 7. Killed the 2 transports. That was a knucklehead move by me. Failed to take Ukraine and took West Russia. No losses, so pretty nice turn for him. The bright side is he's not really hitting France anymore, but that's about the only thing that's bright about this game. So I'm gonna have to build another transport. I'm gonna buy 8 infantry to hopefully make up for the blunder that I made. Not make up, but anyway. I'm gonna try to trade pretty heavily with Russia here. I do want to do my best to trade him out, especially since the US isn't really pumping many units back out. I think I'm gonna go here. I mean, I just need to get something done with these guys. None of these spots are safe. The UK can annihilate us pretty cheaply. This isn't great odds, unfortunately. Let's put the fighters all here, because the bombers that hit here can... Actually... 1, 2, 3, 4... Wait. Yeah. How do you guys hit here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Okay. I want these guys mostly here. These bombers here, because I want to keep getting more in France to make it more challenging for him to reinforce Africa. 3 there, 3 there, 1 here. I could go after Alaska, but I just don't think it's a worthwhile use of my time. What I need to do is break Russia, at least break the Kazakh stack. And while if I were into Africa or I felt I was winning, I'd probably hit this every time, but I don't feel like I'm winning. In fact, I feel very behind. You can see we got a 20 attack power deficit here. Only thing I'm trying to take advantage here is that he's not sending many US units into Russia, and I should be able to trade with him pretty favorably if he keeps that up. Yeah, that's about all I got. I got hopium, copium, hopium. It's a dangerous drug. Got it. Darn, I don't get this territory again. That's unfortunate. That's 2 turns in a row. Oh no. Seriously? There's a bottom 1% there. Another awful round. It was really important that I take this too, because that forces the UK or the US to keep trading. That was just awful. Ugh. That was awful. I'm going to have the artillery and friends go here. Yes. That was so bad in Persia. I need to keep the bombers here or here to nail down his fleet. I also need to keep enough infantry here so he can't air raid this as the US. He's got Go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's actually getting a little close odds-wise. What do I have here? I think I actually need to keep one of the fighters here to keep this safe. Keep the battleship here in case I miss a naval attack like that again. I think I'm going to send these artillery this way to get more pressure on Kazakh, because I'm never going to be able to get out of here until I take Kazakh. Then I can move out pretty freely. Can't believe that skunked me. This is just a frustrating game. It's one of those games where you just kind of felt dead on arrival after that Karelia hit. Just haven't been able to get much done. Now, if he lands his bombers here or here, my bombers go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not a terribly attractive proposition there. Yeah, you could just counter kill my bomber back. That doesn't help me. We're just in trouble. I did unload, right? And this is safe, right? He can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has no tanks, so it should be safe. Don't really want to be buying fighters. I want to be buying bombers and lots of them, but my income's shrinking, not growing. As you can see, we're down to 52. Didn't even take Persia, which is a little sad. He's almost certainly going to take that with the US. Well, I don't know what he's going to do. Just in trouble. I need to make a big move at some point soon. It's the scoreboard. Of course, it's not going to look that much better. I mean, we gained a little bit of attack power, but that was a terrible round of rolling. Got skunked in Persia. Bottom 1%. All right. Well, that's it for now. See you guys next time for Germany 16. Welcome back. It's Germany 16. Let's take a look at what Rod did. 3 fighters, 4 infantry. That's an unusual buy. That's a lot of fighters and not a lot of infantry. Yeah, I guess he's just going for the heavy air style. Took out South Africa, that giant plan that took a bajillion turns. Turns out it did absolutely nothing. We didn't get a single hit back. He hit Vologda, lost 1. Ukraine lost none. Lost 2 Baltic. Russia bought 7. Lost 2 in Novo. Lost 2 in Caucasus. So got good hitbacks against Russia, but... And he stack shifted to Novo. That's interesting. I wonder if that will allow me to potentially take stack Persia. Probably not. He has a ton of planes. He's got 7 fighters, 2 bombers, 5 land units. I don't think I have anywhere near enough there, but yeah, this is... I feel like I'm losing this game, but I'm just losing it very slowly. I just have to hope Rod continues to not send enough units towards Russia to where Japan can eventually grind them down and get some sort of stack, but it's not really happening as of right now. So I'm just going to buy 8 infantry, 2 artillery. The artillery is to try to scare his stack away. I guess the good news here is I'm not having to trade France back every turn, so that's dramatically reducing the burn I'm having to deal with. Every turn is Germany, which is nice. How many units does he have here as the UK? He can hit 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6. Maybe I should run the numbers there on what he can hit me with. How many fighters is that? 4, 5 fighters. This bomber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bomber can't reach. So that's 4 3 bombers? Yeah, that's a lot of units. I don't think that's a particularly good attack for him, though. The exact amount of units I needed to wipe. You can never have too much overkill. Alright, I guess I'll plant a unit there. I can add an extra infantry there for caution's sake. You know, I'm a little tempted to stack here, but I don't think I can with his 7 infantry, another 6 here, and all the planes. I think he'd nail me. I'm stacking here mostly because these planes can't reach. If I ever lose this bomber zoning out of his navy here, I'm in a lot of trouble. In fact, I'm going to move that bomber there just to give me a little bit of extra threat against C-Zone 10. 23 or wherever. Alright. I'm curious what the income is looking like now. He's 90 a turn. I'm getting around 84. The fact that we're not having to trade France is a huge boon. It's still pretty bad for us, but there's a possibility that since I keep buying bombers and he has to keep buying navy, that might counteract some of his income advantage. Maybe. Possibly. I hope so. A girl can dream at the very least. Alright, I am down 16. Well, oh wow, Rod moved real fast, but alright, I think that's it for now, and I'll catch you guys next time for Japan 16. Welcome back. It's Japan 16. Let's take a look at what Rod did. Bought 6 infantry and a fighter. Nuked the heck out of us in Evenki. I totally didn't see that attack with the UK. I calculated with the US, but he air raided me and he got a pretty nice profit of, I think, about 30, 32, 33 IPCs. So that was a good trade for him. And he moved his guys over here to 21. It looks like he's trying to retake some islands, be distracting, be annoying, now that he reduced the plane pressure. So I'm only going to buy 10 infantry this turn, and a fighter and a bomber, because I have to send one guy down to deal with this nuisance. So for here, I'm just going to... I really don't have many attacks, honestly. I definitely want to disengage that sub. I'm half tempted to start doing bombing raids on the United Kingdom, but I know that's not an effective use. Oh, I'm really behind. Effective use of my funds. I think I'll even send an extra bomber over here. It's really important. I'm going to try to stack Persia this turn. I don't know if it's a great idea, but I need to make something happen. These guys aren't getting anything done. I'd love to send the tanks to attack these territories, but unfortunately, I need the tanks to stack Persia to have reasonable odds against the US counterattack. I think that's all I'm doing. Do I start bombing? Am I that desperate that I start a bombing run? And United Kingdom. United Kingdom's like the least impactful person to bomb. I don't like bombing Russia when they have 2 complexes either. No, I'll just keep them stacked. Where can this land actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't really want to land that because I need to move these guys up to Evenki to get something done. All right. Look at that, a perfect round. So let's send these guys through. I guess maybe I will send these guys back here to have something to stack there. I'm going to shift my stack up here. I'm going to load these guys up. I'm going to put 1 there, 1 there. He can't reach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he can't reach. And I'm going to put 1 of them here for a multitude of reasons. Okay, let's start sending these home. How many bombers does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess I'll send them here. Actually, I'll send them here just to have a little bit of that threat to say, hey, I could go after Africa. Keep your planes in range. I think 2 units is sufficient. I like here. Threatens Western U.S., forces a response, also gets me closer to New Zealand. The fastest I can get there is 3 turns, so it doesn't really matter whether I move here or here. It takes 3 turns. I calculated this out. It's like IPC neutral if USA uses everything they have to go here, so I mean, I gotta try to make something happen here. I wonder if I should have shifted up here earlier to try to clog up Archangel or something, or Vologda, I don't know. I'm okay with putting in artillery here. There's a little bit more threat here. If he wants to trade it, so be it. Actually, I don't know if I like that. UK still has a lot of air. He probably would send 1 infantry and a bunch of planes after this. Do I really need my planes here? I guess it forces him to add more units to Western US. Alright. Yeah, even after Japan, we're at a pretty big deficit after him getting that really nice clear on Evenki. Good on him for noticing that. That's one another benefit of mass planes is it's just really hard to calculate when there's like 12 planes on the board that can hit so many different areas. It gets very challenging to keep things safe. So I just have to hope that this Persia stack pays off. If I can get some ground into Africa or Caucasus or Kazakh, we have a chance in this game. If not, then it's probably it. Yeah, I figured he'd do this, but it should be IPC neutral. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll catch you guys next time for Germany 17. Welcome back. It's Germany 17. Let's take a look at what Rod did. Bought 11 infantry and a fighter. Took Baltic for free. He hit Persia, and we got a pretty good result. I'm a little shocked he didn't pull back. It looks like he just went for a full clear. I expected him to like retreat after 1 round, but he went all the way through, and we got a little bit of a positive trade there. We got 4 fighters, which hopefully buys Germany a little bit of breathing room. Yeah, and as Russia, he bought 6 infantry, took Persia for free. Kazakh lost 1, lost none in Ukraine. Alright, so for this turn, I'm just going to buy Repair Berlin for 1, because I want to keep it safe, and buy 10 units. And I thought about this turn quite a bit, actually. And I was trying to decide if I should stack here, Baltic states, or Ukraine. And in the end, I came to the conclusion that stacking Baltic states doesn't do much, because the US and can very easily stack this. They'll just move these units here, move a few back. I can't really get much done. Whereas if I move into Ukraine, I have the opportunity to potentially pressure West Russia and Caucasus, maybe get a little bit of extra spending money. Yeah. All right, well, that's it. I'm a little excited that there's fewer units down here. I'm afraid that he's going to move the US units down here, but he is having fewer and fewer units in Africa. We might have a breakout chance at some point. I think I'm also getting a little fatigued in this game. It's gone on so long, and I felt behind that I'm starting to get a little sloppy. Like where I lost those transports or gave the UK the good trade here. I'm getting a little worn down. Which is not, obviously not something you really want. Probably doesn't hurt to have maybe 2 infantry, 2 fighters there. This should be safe, right? Let me plug it into my calculator just to make sure. It's a 0.2% capture. Okay. I can let them have those sort of odds. What's my profile? I'm going to have anti-aircraft protection in case they do a 2-1 attack here. This should be safe. These fighters can't reach. They can only go 1, 2, 3, 4, which means they can't reach. It's nice that I don't have to trade France as Germany. That's a huge relief. I really need to bust Russia up. I just reset my plane count. Unfortunate. Well, Rod's playing it very well. What can I say? He definitely deserves his title as one of the best. Very frustrating position. But I'm happy that we're even still in this game after not controlling Karelia for even 1 turn this game. I think we're doing pretty well for ourselves considering the hand that we were dealt. Yeah, looks like he's planning to slip. I don't know if he's planning to slip these guys here or if he's planning to do something over in the Pacific with the US. Not sure. I think we're actually building up steam as Germany because he's been trading so aggressively with Japan. Might even get a Caucasus stack if we can remain here. That might be our end to get him off of Karelia. We'll see. What's the score looking like? Not good. Well, that was a mistake by me on the Evenki, letting him go for that. Alright, well that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Japan 17. Welcome back. It's Japan 17. Let's take a look at what Rod did. 2 infantry, fighter, and a bomber. So he's full committing to the air. Took New Zealand. Took Baltic. Killed 2, lost 1. Hit Belorussia. We lost 1. He lost 2. So that's a nice round for us. Not terribly impactful, but I'll take any bit of good luck I can get. What's UK's income? 29. Okay. So this turn I'm going to buy a tank because I like to have at least 1 tank to threaten Moscow with. And a fighter. So this turn, hopefully this happy guy here will be back in range to start the... Sorry, to restart, you know, full land units moving in every turn. I'm going to keep trading this out. It's unfortunate that the UK is now in range, but that's just how it goes. Do it this way. I don't think I really want to go after Alaska just yet. He can still recapture it pretty easily. I don't think it's impactful. Once I get ahead on income, I'll consider things like that, but I am most definitely not ahead on income. In fact, I'm quite behind. Yeah, not too much combat here. Nice. Ah, shame he got a hit back. I think I'm gonna send an extra unit in there. And here... I think I'll just send some more units up. This is now dead zoned by his bombers, so I just have to send them into Bury. To send this guy here, let's pick up. I'm not going to unload. I mean, I don't think it makes sense to unload here because, he could air raid, but the odds of him doing that are pretty low. So now I need to protect this bloke here. Yeah, it's a little bit of a conundrum because on one hand, I need to prevent him from going to 38. I guess I can do that without too much hassle here. Because if he moves, yeah, I can hit him here if he goes to 38. Any other target he decides to hit, I can whack him pretty easily. He shouldn't be able to reinforce here. I guess I can just leave the fighter here. I do want to force more trading. I don't know if it's worth putting an extra guy there. I think it is. Rod doesn't seem to be interested in doing 1 infantry against 2. At least based on his patterns. If he starts doing that, I won't add extra units stacking here. But he hasn't thus far. So maybe I'll keep things as they are. What are his odds if he decides to hit this with all of his planes and bombers? How many bombers? He has 4 bombers, 4 fighters that could hit this, potentially, assuming this is taken. That's a 1.2 IPC profit for him. But in order for him to do that, he would also need to capture here. And maybe I'll just add this fighter here, just to deny him those odds. These fighters can hit 1, 2, 3. They can hit these territories at least. And I can hit these with bombers, so it's probably fine. 5 units here should be enough to trade whatever he throws at me with some level of confidence. It's interesting, he pulled back here when I moved my stack up to Evenki. I think that was actually wise, because he didn't want me clogging up Archangel. I wonder if he's just going to move his stack back to Karelia. Is it even worth me moving this many units here? Well, either way, he'll get some sort of value out of us. I think it's fine to move these guys down here. This should be an overwhelmingly advantageous fight for us if we go for this. They'll probably just pull back. Unfortunately, I do think I need to send the destroyer here. He's going to be annoying. I really don't want to have to buy another destroyer. Put the tank there. I think I'll put the artillery there as well, so it can get in the action a little bit faster. Oops. And we'll pop the fighter down. I was really hoping I'd be over 51 income here. I really want to start chewing into Africa, but it's just hasn't happened. I don't know. This is kind of a weird game. I think I'm slowly losing, though. But we'll have to see. Well, we're actually gained some attack power from last Japan. So that's something. Alright, well, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Germany 18. Welcome back. It's Germany 18. Let's take a look at what Rod did. Bought a bomber, artillery, 10 infantry. Took Belorussia. No losses. No losses Archangel. No losses Vologda. So perfect round for him. It's not what we want. Russia, 8 infantry. Goodness, they're rich. Hit Novo, no losses. Hit Persia, no losses. So 2 perfect rounds in a row for him. And as you can see, we are down almost 40 attack power, which is really, really bad. So I need to make something happen. And I'll show you what I plan to do. I'm just going to buy 11 infantry here. We're just going to do some standard cheeky moves. And then I'm going to do this. If I take this, that's going to be a minimum, assuming he doesn't hit back, 16 IPC profit here. Even if he sends everything here as the US, it's still IPC negative. If he does a 2-way attack, even with Russia, US then Russia, it should still be IPC negative for him if I land 2 Japanese planes there. So that's the idea. I need to make something happen, and this is probably the only opportunity I'm going to have, because he's building more and more planes. He's a ridiculous amount of units shoveling in every turn. Japan's stalled out. We're not making any progress. And this is the best chance I see. It's going to make it harder for him to move down here to prevent us from going through Africa. If we can stack this, we might have a chance. It's a little bit risky, but I think it's something we have to do in this game. We've been losing this game for a long time, and I'm going to try to make something happen. Makes a huge difference if that guy doesn't hit back. It's like positive 16 if it doesn't hit back. If it does hit back, it's positive 4 for us, assuming he does a perfect two-way strafe. Please don't hit back. Please don't hit back. Good. Okay, how many units does he have there with UK? I only see 2. How many units am I building here? 8. I want 16? 15? Let's see, I want 15 should be enough. Uh, 16 units should be enough. So 8 plus 2, that's 10. How many units do I want here? I guess 2's probably enough. Could potentially do 3 to make it discouraging for the UK to hit here. Excuse me. That might be worthwhile. I think 2 is fine. I don't want to overcommit here. This could be a big play for us if we can hold Caucasus. That could absolutely change the game. Suddenly, no reinforcements into Africa here. Germany gets a bit more income. Russia's a bit poorer. We kind of choke off their ability to reinforce Russia by dead zoning West Russia and Archangel. It just depends on how the dice lay. If he's going to try to hit this and see if he's lucky or not. But I'm glad Rod gave me this opportunity. I think this is the only real opportunity we've had in a long time to swing the game in our favor. Okay, this leaves him with a 8% on Berlin, which I'm perfectly fine with allowing him to attempt. Probably even take some units off here since there's not really much pressure here anymore. How many units can he hit this with bombers wise? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he can't hit with these bombers. These goes 1, 2, 3. Can hit it with 2 fighters, 4 bombers. I don't think that's a good trade for him, right? I'll plug it into the calculator just to make sure. Especially since it's likely to get sunk by the Japanese. Well, not that likely. How many bombers can reach? 3. Yeah. Terrible attack for him. Okay, that's what we thought. Best to confirm, though. Or sometimes like that mistake we made with Evenki, letting him air raid that with the UK. That was an oversight. But once you get enough planes, suddenly air raiding 5 infantry and some bombers becomes profitable. And I like keeping these fighters here in case I want to trade Kazakh or Persia or something of that nature. And we are way behind. Definitely needed to do this move. Hope it works out. Alright, well that's it for now. See you guys next time for Japan 18. Welcome back, it's Japan 18. Let's take a look at what Rod did. He bought 2 fighters, 3 infantry. Really going heavy on the air. He hit, well, first he hit Baltic, killed 2, lost 1, and he did the air raid in India. I guess he did that to prevent me from sending the fighters over to Caucasus, but he paid a terrible price for that. That's a huge deficit. That was, I mean, I calculated it out to make sure it was unprofitable last turn. I think he got a little bit worse than he should have, but still, that's minus 76 IPCs, and I lost 49, so like 27 IPC profit there. I mean, yeah, he's going to get India, but heavy price to pay. All right, so this turn I'm just going to buy 13 infantry and a bomber. First, we're going to disengage the sub. Going to hit retake that territory. I'm going to hit these a little bit harder. Normally I don't trade with Archangel like this, but I think in this instance it's the right decision because he's only going to be able to hit here with like 1 fighter, because I guarantee you he's going to go for Caucasus, or this move he just made there makes no sense at all. I wonder if I should even send some units here. I think I probably should send some down. And this can attack something. I don't see any targets. A little tempted on whether I should skip New Zealand to send this to try to retake India. What are my odds on India? I didn't actually calculate it. So next turn I'll have 4 infantry, 1 fighter, 5 bombers, and some bombards, and he can put he can actually put quite a bit. I think maybe it is worth skipping this. I can put the transport here, and that will give me odds to retake India much more compelling if he decides to full stack it and I get no hitbacks at all. Well, I'll assume I'll get one hit back. It's not good to be too pessimistic. Should be a pretty clean retake. Yeah, I think I'll just forego the New Zealand IPC there. It's best not to be greedy when you have an ultra important battle on the horizon there. And yeah, I'm gonna fully leave France here to attempt to retake India because they can't reach India from France, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, dead. Yeah, and if they go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably just shift my stack up here. I think I like that. It's a little bit safer, a little bit smarter. We just have to hope we get good dice here. Nice. I get worried when I miss all 4 shots in the first round. I'm like, oh no. I sometimes feel like if I miss, the enemy will definitely hit. Of course, it doesn't work that way, but just psychologically, I feel that way sometimes. Okay, let's park these guys here. I'm going to put aircraft carrier and friends there. I guess... Well, let's do the moves we're gonna do no matter what first. Definitely need some... I think I'll send these guys back. These guys can go forward. I'll shift the stack up here to potentially cut off Karelia if he wants to go for Kazakh. I like this spot. Still pressures C-Zone 3. I do want these units to be in range of India. I want these guys to have range here. The question is, where do I put these fighters? Because if he moves his guys back here, that's a little annoying. 4v4, that should be more than enough to reclaim that territory. I prefer here. It gives me more places to hit, because if I'm here, I can really only hit Kazakh, but if I land here, I can hit Kazakh, I can hit Novo. Just have more attack targets. Okay, we'll move these guys up. Is this where I want the tank? I suppose he technically could air raid it, but I don't think that would be well advised. You know, another interest... No, I can't move. Might be interesting to just put the tank here to put more pressure on potentially stacking Archangel. So I could stack Archangel and take Karelia. That could be another win condition. I'm sure Rod notices that based on how he pulls these guys back every time, but you never know. It's a little annoying that that's probably going to get cleared, but he paid a heavier price to clear India, and this should be... It shouldn't be that IPC positive for him, especially considering he's going to have to cut some other attacks. I still am very happy I did this fight, or that move into Caucasus. We'll see if it works out. Yeah, and a aircraft carrier and a sub should be enough to defend the lone transport. I wonder if he's planning to move this transport around to take Madagascar. It's possible. I guess my bombers technically couldn't even reach it, so I guess there's not a huge incentive for him to not do that unless I move a sub over here. Maybe I can just be cheeky and just use a battleship there. I think there is... would he hit this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can't. I think it is important to zone out that sub there, at least say, hey, it's a 1 in 3, I kill you. Kind of don't like giving him this attack, the sub against the cruiser and aircraft carrier. He'll probably take it, but I can't really stop him from doing that either without offering something else. Or I guess I just need to give him that attack. I could also keep the battleship. You know, it probably makes more sense to keep the battleship here and move the aircraft carrier and the cruiser there, since the battleship has more bombard potential. No, I might need, since he has a lot of bombers and fighters here, I might need the aircraft carrier to defend my navy, but yeah, I probably will need the aircraft carrier to defend my navy. I don't think I need to send 2 there. He wants to attack this and this to cut me off. I don't think that's a lucrative exchange for him. All right, let's go with this. I could potentially... This fighter? No, the fighter can't reach India. I think this is the right move. Best to give up small gains like New Zealand for the big cheese, especially when he's sacrificing so much for it. Yeah, closed the attack power lead quite a bit after that air raid. I don't know. I mean, it was very costly, but at the same time, it made his odds to take Caucasus much, much better. Oh, let me know if you guys thought that was a good move or not. Something to mull over. Anyway, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Germany 19. Welcome back. It's Germany 19. Let's take a look at what Rod did. Bought 2 fighters, 8 infantry. He took French Madagascar, which I suspected. I'm happy I have the sub here. We'll see if I'm happy after the attack, though. He did Caucasus, and he got pretty bad rolls there. Like, it was... He got much worse than he should have, though it was a high volatility fight. But those were definitely a good roll. I think we got like a... His hitbacks were average. My hitbacks were top 4%, so that was pretty nice. Really game-changing, actually. And he did Archangel, no losses. Now, here's the interesting part. He just did a 6 buy on Russia, and he sent 8 units to Caucasus, or sorry, 12 units against my 8 that actually had like more overall attack power. Sorry, I guess it's 7. And he got a top 0.68% result. Killed all of them. Only lost 1 infantry. So he got really bad luck, followed by even better luck. But I think overall I came out ahead on that. So that's a little promising. I also think he may have potentially made a mistake. He mini-stacked Kazakh and Caucasus, and this gives me the opportunity to stack Archangel. And what that's going to do is it's going to place heavy pressure on Russia. It's going to cut off reinforcements from the allies. They can probably stack Karelia, but it's going to cut everything off from here. He won't be able to move farther. He's going to have to defend Russia very hard and probably pull a lot of these stacks back, giving us hopefully some breathing room. So for this turn, I'm going to repair Berlin for 1 and buy 12 infantry. And I really don't have a lot of attacks. So I'm just going to be cute. Okay, got it. Okay, now I'm going to move over here and full stack. This is also going to put a lot of extra pressure on West Russia. And Caucasus as well, and he shouldn't have odds. Even if he hits it with USA and then does a follow-up with Russia, his odds will be pretty bad. Okay, I calculated to be safe. I need... Oh, that's 1 too many. No, I need... How many did I write down? 19? Okay, I need 19 there. I need 16 infantry here. And I'm going to put a lot of guys there. I want some extra fighters here to give me some range to attack these territories without having to land my fighters in Ukraine. Maybe I can take off extra guy there. This gives him a 15% on Berlin. But if I have 17 units, it goes down to 8.8. And I think I can give him an 8.8 shot at Berlin. I don't think that's super good. And it's nice that we got to keep India. That's a big plus. Yeah, maybe I'll put some notes here. stack that, hit here. Bombers, please. Because I don't want to allow him to move his 5 transports here. If he does that, suddenly we go from him aiming 5 transports at us every other turn to 7. And that's a big increase in the amount of pressure we're facing. It's really interesting how heavily Rod is going into air. I think he might even be going a little too much into air because his actual stacks are kind of stagnating a little bit, but I could be wrong on that. I kind of feel I shouldn't be in this position. I've got some good rolls recently, but I don't know. You know what? I don't think I'm going to put those fighters there. I'm just going to add extra infantry. I don't want him air raiding this. He'll absolutely air raid 2 German fighters, especially with the way he's playing. German units are precious and cannot be afforded to be exchanged except for, you know, at least fighters and air, except for a very high premium. Okay, this makes him go down to a 3% on Berlin. Okay, let's go with this. Oh, I forgot I didn't fully repair. Well, I guess my odds are a little off then. 6.6% on Berlin. I'm still happy with that. Oh, actually, it's even lower. I didn't put my defense profiles correctly. That's 5.7%. I think that's very reasonable to offer him. And 33 IPCs is not good, but considering we lost Karelia, you can't really expect much more. All right, that's it for now. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. We're still behind, but I think we're doing much better than before. Yeah, down 18, but could be worse. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll catch you next time for Japan 19. Welcome back. It's Japan 19. Let's take a look at what Rod did. He bought 2 fighters, 3 infantry, still going all in on the air. Hit our sub, we submerged. Hit India, which I didn't expect, with 4 units. Went 4 versus 3, lost 2. We lost 3. It's probably about what should have happened. No losses in Bello, no losses in Baltic. Okay, well, it's nice he exchanged that to deny me a couple production slots. It's interesting. I feel he's getting a little... His trades are starting to get really inefficient. Yeah, well, no, I guess he can afford to do it. But anyway, I'm just going to buy 9 infantry, 2 bombers. I'm going to go for that bloke there. Let's retake New Zealand. Let's go after this. Of course, I want to retake. Actually, how much will I even need to retake that? I'd rather send these guys here. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. Can't quite get that. Okay. I have to send these guys here because if I hit Novo with them, they can't reach France. So if they go here, they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I do want all my bombers here to make it hard for him to put all his transports in C-Zone 10. I think I'll add units here. Should be a pretty clean clear in India, and he has no ability to retake it with anything, at least immediately next turn. Nothing's in range here, so I don't think I need to defend it. Yeah, even his fighter can't reach. And this stack should be highly annoying. He doesn't have the ability to clear that profitably. Unless he gets 3 out of 3 hitbacks. If he gets 3 out of 3 hitbacks, it's still not profitable for him. And this should be very annoying. Or at least I hope it is. Okay, let's make sure the bomber here lands there. Will he air raid this? I'll have 4 infantry. He has 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he shouldn't be able to air raid that. I think I'll add an extra bomber here rather than in Novo. It's more important that I fully clear this so he has worse odds on Archangel. This has been a real snowflake of a game. Got it? Let's see this one. We have a 1 out of 3 to full clear him. And we get the Willy Wonka treatment. You get nothing! Well, our rolls certainly aren't that hot this round. Okay, good. Well. This is the most important one. If he gets 1 hit back or fewer, we're in great shape. Well... That's less attractive. Put the bomber there. I'll move these guys up. Do I want to send these guys here? I think that might make some sense. I think that makes some sense. His Air Force has been depleted significantly. And I think I have a shot at going after Africa legitimately now. Yeah, I guess he brought his navy over here to scare me away. Actually really stinks that he got 2 hitbacks there. I mean, it's still a bad attack for him, but if he got 1 hitback, it would have been a horrible attack. But this is going to give him a headache, which is what I want. You know, that sub isn't in range of these transports. So I think I'll just move all my battleship and all my good stuff over here. I can send like an aircraft carrier. I don't know what I'll send back. But since he can't reach me yet, I think it's okay to fully stack here to give us a greater threat on Africa. You know, maybe I'll just... Yeah. Now I think we're starting to make some headway. This is a... This has to give him a massive headache. Overall, our rolls were objectively quite terrible. Killed 2, lost 2. Vologda was average. Archangel was below average. India was average. Yeah. Not the best turn, but I think... Well, we're catching up in attack power. We're going in the right direction. And with this positional play, he's going to have to make some difficult choices. I think he probably wanted to march all these Russian infantry down to retake India, but that's going to be harder for him now. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll catch you guys next time for Germany 20. Welcome back. It's Germany 20. Let's take a look at what Rod did. Bought 2 fighters, 5 infantry, 1 transport. He's going so light on land units. It's interesting. He hit Archangel. He even sacrificed a transport to do it, and he got pretty good results, actually. He should have gotten, you know, he killed as many as he lost, so that was pretty darn good attack for him. And for Russia, he bought 6 land units, and he hit Archangel, and he got an abysmal result. Terrible result. So overall, we got a pretty hefty profit there. We got 11 infantry profit, though he did take Vologda. What did he hit that with? No, actually, I didn't realize he didn't send his fighter there. Well, he got a perfect Vologda, but overall, I think that's a pretty good turn for us. As you can see, the attack power within 11. So for this turn, I'm just going to buy 9 infantry and a tank. The tank might seem odd, but I do want at least 1 tank in order to have a little bit more flexibility in terms of where I can hit. I want, you know, to be able to blitz something if need be, and I'm kind of low artillery. Only 1 tank, guys. I don't need that many tanks. But I think it's still good to have at least 1. This tank's probably going to die. I'm guessing UK is most likely going to hit this. But we'll see. Unfortunately, these guys will have to land in Ukraine. And this bomber's going to have to land here. Should be safe-ish. I suppose I could land units here to protect these from the UK, but I don't think it's worth it, because if I land US fighters here, I can't, or sorry, German fighters here, I can't really defend this. The USA and Russia are going to get another swing, and I just don't have enough units to keep that clump of guys safe. So I don't think I'm going to do that. I could hit this with Japan, but I have a little bit of flexibility with my planes as Germany. Oh, phew, got it. It's always a little scary when stuff like that happens. Nice. Caucasus income is very impactful for us. So our rolls weren't all that great. We killed 4, lost 2, but I suppose they could have been worse. I only need 12 here to keep this safe from the US. Okay. You know, maybe I'll keep 13 in case UK does some weird suicide attack. I don't think that's likely, though. I wrote I needed 12 infantry, but I changed my plan a little bit. So I'm gonna, because I'm only having 4 fighters there now. Yeah, might need to tone things back a smidgen. How many units we got? 9 coming in, 9 being built. Okay, I can just transfer everything out. 19 units should be more than enough. Yeah, that's a 0% capture. I don't like stacking Baltic states because the transports can hit it. I much prefer stacking Bellow. I don't believe... I can stack anything else. Russia still is pretty chunky. I guess I can remove these notes. Defense profile, AA protection, that's right. And let's... guess I can... oh, I guess I'll leave the tank here. Sometimes forget that I can only build 9 a turn, but it's still a 0% capture. Alright, 39 IPCs. That's starting to look better. And we're actually ahead on attack power after that turn. We're probably going to lose a chunk of units here, but I think we're starting to make real progress in this game. I'm starting to actually feel comfortable. Oh, he moved very quickly. Well, I guess I'll cut my monologuing short and catch you guys next time for Japan 20. Welcome back. It's Japan 20. Let's take a look at what Rod did. 1 bomber, 1 fighter, 4 infantry, just more planes. He hit Archangel. He got the exact average result. which was pretty profitable for him. So that's a little unfortunate, but no, it happens. We had 8 units, he lost 6, so. All right. And he positioned his fleet here to dead zone me out of C-Zone 34. Question is that actually a dead zone or not? I'm actually a little curious if that is. It's not. It's not a dead zone. Well, with the US, it's a little iffy with the US, if the US hits it, but no, it is dead zone because his carrier can land here, and these fighters can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that gives him access to extra fighters, so it is dead zone. Darn. Anyway, terrorists finally won. I'm buying a second destroyer. I hate it, but Rod forced me to do it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Don't really have any particularly attractive alternative ideas. I could start bombing Russia, but I really don't see too much value in that. I'd rather keep building my plane stacks to buy him Navy than hurt Russia for 1 IPC a turn for every bomber I shuck at him. How many bombers are here? 1. I can cycle bombers back and forth here. I think this is reasonable. This should be safe. Yeah, he can only hit this with 2 out of 3 of his fighters. Yeah, so that'd be 3 guys coming at me. It's a little tight, but it should be a bad battle for him. What's my defense profile? Default? Okay. I think it's worth hurting our logistics to take this territory. This transport will 1, 2, 3, 3 turns before he can start shucking with everyone else. Alright, I think this is reasonable. Wait, does this guy have something he can hit? Nope. Ha! Didn't even need the planes. Didn't even need the planes. Okay, let's move everything up and over here. I'll move 1 aircraft carrier there. The rest of the aircraft carrier and his friends can move here. This unit, I'm wondering if I should move it here or here. I think New Guinea's better because that allows me to move to C-Zone 60 or 61. Whereas 46, I can really only go to India or here, and it's not as attractive of an area for me. did buy a destroyer. And this should be very IPC negative to attack. I ran the numbers before I started recording, but I always like to double check. Yes, the US can't hit it. These fighters go 1, 2, 3, nowhere to land. The UK wants to hit it. Should be even worse. Yeah. Super IPC negative for him to air raid that. I think I'm... do I want to send a second infantry here? On one hand, I'm tempted to do so just to try to get Russia to trade more. On the other hand, I'm a little afraid of him just slamming his stack down there. But will one extra infantry even help me hold India? I'm not sure that it will. With that in mind, maybe it's better to put this guy here in case India needs reinforcements. See, if I go to 36 bombers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it should be safe in 36 from bomber threat. So I think it's okay to put it in 46, now that I consider the potential India bust here. This is a slugfest. I don't plan to stack here because USA, these fighters have nothing they can hit while still defending here except Archangel, so I'm not just going to let him move 1 infantry and 4 fighters here. That would be silly. I guess technically he could rotate guys through by hitting West Russia as well, but I'd rather force him to move something there for me to trade than give it away. Or give his planes something to do. Yeah, I purposely bought a fighter instead of a bomber to add it onto this aircraft carrier. Can't believe I am a destroyer purchasing kind of player. I feel a little ashamed of myself right now and slightly sick to my stomach. Where do I want the artillery? Do I want an artillery? Might make sense to have an artillery in India just to threaten here, because even if he does stack it with a bunch of units, I have a lot of planes, so maybe the artillery could make the difference in some circumstances. Found it really interesting that he's sending this Navy fleet out to gallivant around when I have so much pressure on his Navy here. It's interesting. He's bought so many carriers as the US. Yeah. Alright, 52. Have a 4 attack power lead. It's nice. Things are moving in the right direction. I'm actually starting to feel a little bit ahead at this point. So I'm starting to feel good about the game in general. If you asked me if I wanted to swap places with Rod 3 turns ago, I would have said absolutely. Now, I'm not so sure. I think we're making real progress here. And his lock on Africa is starting to weaken a little bit. Maybe that's why he's buying so many planes and so few land units. It's very annoying, but it does have its consequences. You can see we've pretty much cleared everything outside of Karelia for the Allies. And we got a lot of pressure on it, on West Russia here with the Germans, and same on Archangel here as the Japanese. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll catch you guys next time for Germany 21. Welcome back. It's Germany 21. Let's take a look at what Rod did. He bought 6 infantry, fighter, and a bomber. Hit Vologda. Killed 2, lost a fighter. He's air raiding now. Hit West Russia, no losses. No losses in Baltic. No losses in Bello. Pretty decent turn for him there. Russia bought 6. Hit Novo, lost 1. No losses in Caucasus. So, a little bit of an uneventful turn. Now, I have kind of an interesting turn here. I have 2 options here. 1, I can just lightly trade all of these areas, or 2, I can hit West Russia for a 20 IPC positive battle. And the reason I was considering this is because if I take this out, 1, it kills a Russian fighter, but 2, it cripples the US's ability to trade for Russia. And Russia won't have any fighters, so it's going to be a lot harder for Russia to get income. I could just trade Caucasus, Bello, and Baltics, you know, reasonably cheaply, but I think there's a lot of merit to just going balls to the wall on West Russia. It's a little bit risky, but I kind of like it. So I'll show you the buy. 10 infantry, 2 artillery, and I'm going to trade these areas a little lightly. I could actually hit these areas with a little bit more, but I don't think that's truly beneficial for me. Oh, I'm a little curious. If 3 infantry... you know, might actually be worth it since he's so light here on units. This is a high volatility battle with the AA gun. But it should be highly profitable. Okay. I should lose 1 fighter here. Oh, 0. 0's... oh. Those rolls were horrible. Oh, he's AA second to last. So my odds are even better because of the way his defense profile's set up. Yeah, my rolls were not good. Well, his weren't particularly good either. Oh, now we get great rolls when we wanted to possibly strafe retreat. Well, that was great. I kind of got the average result, +1 fighter there. A little glad I sent 3 guys here now, because it gives me a lot more things to force him to trade. Okay. Well, that was nice. Yeah, that was very nice. Okay, what do I need to keep Berlin safe here? That's very important to calculate here. I did some calculations earlier, but that wasn't including the fighters. I didn't expect them all to live. expected to lose one, but I mean, who am I to complain about getting good dice? Okay, I think I'll keep it at 20 here. I think I'll keep it like this. This is 0.8% capture. If I do 20, if I add an extra guy. .2. That was a huge win. I'm still not ahead in attack power. That's funny. I guess AA guns don't count. Yeah, I think this is okay. Have to watch out. If he lands a UK ship here to take Northwestern Europe, I'll have to abandon France, because that would allow him to reach it with these bombers and some extra infantry, so I have to be a little bit careful there. What did I calculate his odds on... I guess I can afford to be a little bit more cautious here, because he might be getting desperate after that clear. This is gonna be, well, Russia's pretty strong. Russia can handle it. Japan has kind of bled off a lot of their units, but I'm feeling in very good shape now. Of course he'll crush this, most likely with, I don't know, US, Russia? I'm not sure. UK? I guess they all kind of have a lot of planes. Like so. Alright. Finally we got a little bit of an attack power lead of 5, but I think that was really big, taking this out here. It's going to buy us, wow, he's fast, quite a few turns of easy Japanese trading against the Russians. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll catch you guys next time for Japan 21. Welcome back. It's Japan 21. Let's take a look at what Rod did. He bought 4 infantry and a fighter, and he went for the C-Zone 32 fight, which is actually an IPC negative fight for him. But he got a top 37% result, so he full cleared us with 2 units left over, so that was quite lucky by him, and he positioned himself to possibly retake French Madagascar next turn. He failed Baltic and killed 2, lost 1 in Persia. So that's a bit of a setback, losing my navy. I think he probably only took that fight because he was feeling behind, but it worked out for him. So I'm just going to buy 12 infantry, another transport, and a fighter. Okay, let's trade a little bit heavier here than we might otherwise do. think this is okay. It is a little tempting to go after Alaska, but I don't have good odds. Actually, let's hold one guy back. I do want to send one bomber here to India so I can retrade French Madagascar if he decides to go for it. Guess I didn't need that for Japan. Okay, let's go with this. Okay. Oh. Oh. I'm glad I noticed that. Send the bomber there. I want to trade this even heavier is the question. Maybe not right now. Maybe next turn. Japan's still kind of been beaten up quite a bit. You know, now that I realized I could actually do it like so, and just have this guy go here, and that results in the same thing, but I have a little bit more bomber concentration. I want at least 4 bombers in France, because that means he needs more than a cruiser aircraft carrier and 2 fighters to cover him. A big part of the reason we're still in this game is the fact that France and Northwestern are clear. Oh, he's gotten the hit back every time. Has our luck turned? Ooh, 3 for 3 with him, huh? Okay, well, that was a pretty terrible turn. Killing 4, losing 3. Oh, I guess I didn't calculate that right. I thought I'd have 4 there, but I did not. All right. I'm gonna add extra infantry here. Send this guy over. Let's put the aircraft carrier here. I guess there's no real compelling reason to put the fighter there versus India. Right? This doesn't give me any extra range. Nothing can attack this, correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he'd have to retake India, and without bombers, that's not happening. How safe am I here from a air raid? Not as safe as I'd like. Let's move this destroyer out a little bit. To here. Let me run the numbers. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the U.S. can't hit here super efficaciously. So I got 5 infantry, 1 artillery. Is UK air raid? No dice on the UK. About the US. No dice on the US. Okay, in fact, I actually can't afford to send a fighter down there. Oh, I already have 2. Okay, that's all I need. Okay. Yeah, both of his air raids look terrible for him. And by having this guy here, I can retake French Madagascar if he goes for it and he gets the lucky capture. And I also have a bomber, 2 fighters. Should be pretty easy to defend. Should I move this guy here to zone him out a little further? That might be better. He could move up to here, but maybe I don't want to let him do that. I don't want to have to be forced into an aircraft carrier buy next turn. I think this should be good. It's a little fun to watch him do the little slow march with the US guy from 11 to 22 to 24 and back, like a 3-turn cycle instead of a 2-turn cycle. And the nice thing about how we purchased here is if I need to recapture, that's great. I got this guy ready. If I don't need to recapture, I got a full logistical load of 8 units from Japan. So it's kind of a little slick movement here to make us in a good situation regardless of what move he takes. Yeah, we've got a healthier lead. We're starting to pull ahead here. That's good. Interesting that he did this. I guess it makes sense. I thought he might hit this with the Russians, but yeah, now he's starting to air raid. I like that. Sacrifice those planes. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Germany 22. Welcome back. It's Germany 22. Let's take a look at what Rod did. Fighter transport 11 infantry. Yeah, he has more transports than he can shuttle. Oh, that's annoying. I need to probably take a look at that. That's a good bomber placement by him. Anyway, for combat, he hit Vologda. Was that an air raid? Yeah, it was. No hits, so he got lucky there. He hit Archangel. What did he hit it with? 4 bombers. Okay, that was a little lucky there. We got 2 hit backs, 1 out of 9 chance, assuming he one-rounded us. But in West Russia, he got incredibly lucky. He sent, how many is that? 5, 6. He sent 7 units against our 6, and he didn't lose a single plane. He should have lost at least 2 planes or more there. So that was really good rolling by him. And no hitbacks there, so he probably should have lost at least 3, maybe, or so more planes, but, you know, everyone has their lucky rounds and unlucky rounds. Russia bought a fighter and 3 infantry. It looks like he's replacing that fighter we took out earlier. Took Archangel, Vologda, West Russia, and Novo all for free. So this was a little bit of a difficult turn for me. I had a couple options I could do here. I could send my German fighters to protect Persia so I can inch my way into Africa. I also had the opportunity to potentially stack West Russia with Japanese planes. I could also stack Belorussia as well. But after thinking about it, I think the best option is to keep the pressure on West Russia and Caucasus here, because this is really holding Russia back from bullying Japan some more. And, you know, if I can get Caucasus locked down, that's a huge win. So this turn, I'm just going to buy 9 infantry, 2 artilleries. I'm going to attack here. And that's about it. I'm going to keep 1 fighter here because I want to keep this territory safe. Yeah, not a lot of combat. It's nice that we kept these 2 territories here this turn. All right, we got it. And we'll send everybody back, but I do need 1 plane to keep myself safe here from a Russian counterattack. It's not likely, but this keeps it firmly IPC negative for him. And how many did I calculate I need in Germany to keep safe? 19, yeah, if I have 19 here, it's a 0.4% capture. And I am starting to feel a little ahead. Even though it shows we're still down in attack power, I think the current position favors me, a little bit at least, because he doesn't have any reinforcements to help trade Persia. So for the next at least 1 or 2 turns, it's Russia's the only one that can trade these territories, and Russia can't afford to bleed units too much. And hopefully that will allow me to get Persia. The Russia's pretty beefy here at 49. I'm going to be placing 11. I got 2 coming in, so that's 12. I need 19 to be ultra safe. Okay, I can afford to move this many. Fully repaired in Berlin, right? Yes. Okay, check my defense profile. AA after infantry. I'm starting to play a little bit more conservative now that I'm feeling ahead. Not very ahead after that really good turn he just had with the US. I was feeling more ahead before, but I think things are looking up a little. I think he's investing a little too much in planes. Like, it's great for trading, but he's just not able to stack things as easily. I have to keep an eye on this transport so it can't do an India snipe. I wonder if I should just leave these empty. If I should just leave these empty, that's an opportunity. But at the same time, I do want to force him to trade. I don't want him to just be able to focus all of his units in one area. But, you know, maybe that's not the right choice. he doesn't have that many targets as UK. I mean, Persia's really the only target UK has. I mean, I guess there's West Russia. And the same thing goes for the US. The US really only can hit West Russia. So it might be wise to just simply deny him a target. That might be worthwhile there. Yeah, I think I like that idea. Before, I wanted to stack these territories because he had very few units here, but now that he has a bigger stack and lots of planes, let's deny him that opportunity. Just say, take it, it's yours. Actually, how many units is that? That's 20. I don't need that many. 19 should be enough. More than enough to defend. Right? Let me calculate that real quick. I'm just getting a little scared sometimes. Yeah, still super safe. Hate mine artillery, but I think it's the right choice. To try to be able to bust down stacks like Caucasus down with a little bit more flexibility. Ooh. There we go. Guess I can delete these, but I don't want to lose more free transports this game. Leaving notes for yourself really helps. Really helps you not forget things. So after our turn, we're down IPCs. That makes sense. He had a ridiculously profitable, UK and USA turn. So we're down, but I'm liking our position a bit more than earlier. All right, that's it for now. Catch you next time for Japan 22.